This is On the Money with financial advisor Ryan Wheelis, founder of Allied Wealth. You've got offices all around the Houston area, offices all around Texas. Your reach is expanding, but you're not the only one, even though you're the captain in that chair. I got to see last week, I got to sit down with Justin for a while. We did some radio. We had Blade back in the studio. It was fantastic. You've got an entire team of people, and it's really important because today people are looking at what the barriers are of what's keeping them from their own financial success. We've got a study here from Empower we're going to go into. But your team just keeps expanding, Ryan. How are you keeping up with it? You sleeping finally 2 hours a night, 3 hours a night maybe?
Man, Spike, I'm in bed most nights by 9 p.m.
No kidding.
I have a very, very strong belief that a man that is early to bed, early to rise, becomes old, rich, and wise. And I practice that. And so I try to get 8 hours of sleep a night and wake up refreshed every day. I'll get up with my kids. Aria has to catch the bus at 7:15. And she takes the bus by choice, by the way. I would take her to school every day. But she likes to ride the bus with her friends and then have to drop Jack off shortly thereafter. So I'm up pretty early. And then come to the office and get the team going and rock and roll. We're up to 9 advisors now to serve the people we serve in our client base. And I'm looking to bring on probably 3 or 4 more advisors this year. We're launching a new office over in Beaumont, Texas to serve the great people over there. And we just got a lot of positive momentum. And
Good. Yeah, it's helpful because as we look at financial literacy numbers across the country, they keep going down and down every 5 years. They just get lower and lower. And there was a new study done by Empower. If you don't know the organization, they do everything from energy and electronics, pretty big nationwide. And they've got a lot of financial influence as well. And so they did a study with just regular Americans, thousands of them, and saying, what do they think are the barriers to their own personal financial success? Here are some kind of mind-blowing numbers. I used to think that a $100,000 salary was a pretty good salary, right? Making 6 figures. Today, younger Americans, people are even in their 40s and 50s. That's not even close. The folks that were polled here said the success bar for them would be a family making $270,000 a year with an overall net worth of $5.3 million. Does that track for you in Texas? Is that 270 for working family to be successful? I don't know. Those numbers felt a little.
What age are they?
Everything. Well, here's the ironic thing. The younger the answers were in the study, the higher the numbers were on what they wanted to achieve. And what's ironic is they don't make anywhere near what those numbers are. And so I guess folks who have weathered and worked in the workforce for a while may be a little bit more realistic with their own numbers.
If you're watching the podcast, folks, I'm over here in my calculator.
Yeah, like wait a minute.
And I'm trying to figure out exactly what we've got to put away per year. Over a 25-year period, you've got to put $83,796 away and grow the money at 7%. To have a liquid net worth of $5.3 million.
Okay, all right. And that's what I was leading to, is that $5.3 million, does that include the home? Because we want liquid assets to be able to maintain that lifestyle. Yeah, 83. So that's 2 people maxing out their 401ks and then also investing another 20 or so on the outside, 25 almost.
Yeah, and it makes sense because your $270,000 a year, I think your number was the
yes.
Good income. Mm-hmm. You're basically putting away 1/3 of your income pre-tax, and that's doable, by the way, with that number. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. For without going by those numbers, then you have a percentage number where you're comfortable? I mean, there's lots of books out there that say a mortgage should be under your total housing should be under 28% of your total monthly costs. What do you like to see percentage-wise, if possible, for people to be saving within whatever their salary is to help them create that same lifestyle in retirement? Are you at a 10%, 20%, as much as you can?
Spike, it's whatever's necessary. And what I mean by that is our planning process that folks can access right now by texting the word plan to the number 21,000. Pull out your phone, text plan to 21,000, and my team will do this for you. But basically, what happens, Spike, is I want to see where you are, all right, what your lifestyle is, and then let's back into the amount of savings you have to put together each year and what rate we need to grow the money at to have that desired outcome. So just like I figured out in about 3 seconds.
I was going to say, for those watching the video, if you looked out and saw Ryan on his phone, you were backing into the number 5 point. You weren't looking at the annual salary. You were looking at the number that you wanted to end up with.
I basically looked at the future value of $5.3 million in 25 years. You need to save $83,000 a year and grow the money at 7% a year. And over 25 years, that gets you there, right? So that's what we do with folks that need our help and ask for this help is I want to back into the number that you need to save each year to get where we want to go. Because otherwise, you don't have a plan. You're just throwing money at the problem and hoping something good happens. I think we need to be more disciplined in our approach. And if we are, Spike, the desired outcome will in fact happen. And it really is cool to put a young person on that path and watch them actually stick with it and do it. Because there's a confidence about them. They're happier people because they know what they're working towards instead of going to the job every day and just grinding it out and not knowing, what the future holds and what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a second to look down in your notes there. I know that you got something that I highlighted down there in blue. Look, when people aren't achieving their financial goals, there's a few different barriers that they say they put in the way. 35% were saying it's because of the economy. 30% saying insufficient income streams. Okay, that could be possible if you're a contract kind of worker. Maybe you're trying to build your own business from year to year. You don't know what your industry is going to do. But there were two down there that you can see right there. Pretty simple. The barriers aren't the external factors. It seemed more like the barriers were our own internal factors. What were they, Ryan?
Well, you've got the one is not setting a goal, right? Is what is your goal? And that's what I mean. It's like people are, in their 401ks right now. I max out my 401k. Well, that's fine. To what end? What are you trying to accomplish by doing that? All right. And what does that look like? That's the prize. Let's focus on that because when you're focused on the prize, you're more likely to have the desired outcome that you're looking for. All right. And the other one is procrastination and financial planning and decision making. And I have a guy, Spike, who came in recently and I said, listen, this is the plan we put together for you. It's much better than what you're currently doing. So let's implement the plan. And the guy says, well, I've got to think about it. I'm like, well, that's fine. You need time to think about it. I get that. Time is not going to help you make a decision. Information will. All right. And so I asked him, I said, you've been in this situation for quite some time. I can see looking at your statements, you've been doing the same thing for quite some time. Are you 100% happy with your financial situation? And the gentleman says, no, I've been talking to many financial advisors trying to figure out a better path. I don't like what I'm doing. I don't have confidence in what I'm doing. And I said, okay, do you believe that your financial situation that is not, according to you, you're not happy with, do you believe you're in that situation in part by your decision-making process? He's like, Ryan, that's never been asked of me. That's you're right. I need to do something here. And I think people get stuck in that procrastination thing, Spike. And it's one of those, it's the biggest enemy to your long-term success financially. So folks, take charge now. It's a new year. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. We just had an inauguration, new president, right? A lot of good things happening, a lot of shifts in ways to make money under the new administration, by the way. So get a plan. A plan's easy to get. All you got to do is text the word plan to the number 21,000. And it's a certified financial plan done by my team of certified financial planners. And we go through everything you need to have a written comprehensive financial plan in front of you that can guide you, and you know where you're going to go in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And then beyond that, you know the kind of lifestyle you're going to be able to live in your golden years. And Spike, I can't think of anything more confident building and inspiring than that plan that folks can get right now by texting the word plan to the number 21,000.
Look, things in the economy are going to change. Things in taxes are going to change. Things with your job situation are going to change. But you can control a few things. You can control how you're invested, when you're invested, having a plan, staying to the plan. Control the things that you can control. And quite honestly, if you're really trying to get yourself financially fit, If you go into the gym, are you going to work out harder if you're by yourself or if you've got a trainer sitting right next to you? Have you used a trainer, Ryan? Have you used somebody to push you a little bit?
I always use a trainer, Spike. I mean, I respect their time. It helps motivate me to get to the gym, and I absolutely use a trainer to guide me on form and diet and what I should be doing that day, and to change up my exercises and routines to help me have the desired outcome, which is, looking good, being fit, feeling good, and more importantly, having a monster golf swing.
If you want to get yourself financially fit for this new year, look, new dawn, new day, new things are on the horizon. Why don't you take control of your finances? We get it. Procrastination happens, but you can stop it right now. Call the phone number, text us, let us get you started on your own certified, written, free financial plan. 844-944-7555 is the phone number, or you can text us the word plan to 21000. 21000. Text that word plan right now. We'll be